Hello everybody, we are doing a reaction, and before you ask, this was made by Walker's Films. I do not need to get sued right now, so there's shout out. Go watch him, I guess. This is the remake of It Has No Face, SFM Preview Pasta. Let's do this. Okay.
Everyone has tales about the strange and bizarre. My story is about how my ski mask saved my life and continues to save my life to this very day.
Is that PS5?
Late in December, I was traveling north from California to my home state of Oregon. Nothing fancy, I was just going to visit the family for the holidays. On my way first, considering I had snow tires installed before I started my long journey home,
I'm gonna have to do cuts so that way, I'm actually able to, upload this.
Snow coupled with the large amount of already
so that way it's not too big.
As I traveled higher into the mountains caused me to consider finding a place to stay for the night. I figured I could get some sleep while the storm passed over. That and the fact that I could give my car's heater a break before it would decide to burst into flame.
And
the only names, or worse, just stop working altogether. I scanned as much of the landscape as I could, but
why does bro look sketchy? Why do you look so sketchy with your binoculars and your glasses? Bro looks like he's about to murder someone. Okay.
There were no buildings in the immediate area. Atmosphere, I suppose. Although there was no indication of a heating system, besides a chimney, the rooms were bearable enough that I figured I could just bundle up my clothes under the covers in order to stay warm. I was only going to be there for a few hours anyway, so there wasn't much point
go crazy!
fire, plus
Go crazy!
would be back tonight considering how late it was. I hopped into the worn-out bed, facing the open door next to the other door, which I assumed was a closet, and pulled my ski mask completely up over my face to make sure my head would stay nice and warm for the rest of my stay. Pulling the fabric of my mask down slightly, I set the alarm on my phone for 4:30 a.m.
Oh, that's right.
Down on the nightstand. I covered my face again and bundled up tightly with the sheets, closing my eyes and letting dreamland take me away until I woke up after what only felt like minutes, to the sound of scratching.
You hear this in your house? Get out, or you can die.
My body froze as I heard the noise over and over again, softly coming from the closed door.
Them hands.
Tried to relax, thinking that all the noises that I heard.
Oh, them hands! This man got raptor hands.
The cabin's owners were away.
I can't pause it at a good time, dang it.
Pulling my ski mask down slightly so a little slit appeared, giving me a small window to look out at what was there. I laid on the bed, stiff as a board, with my cap and my mask covering my face in such a way that it acted almost like a visor, giving me a small peek at what was in the darkness. Thankfully, my eyes were still adjusted to the dark, which gave me a small amount of reassurance as I continued looking in the direction of the scratching noise.
Oh, there we go. Look at them hands. Clearly, this person is malnourished and needs Hershey's. Or, like, good food.
The scratching continued, louder and louder for what seemed like minutes until, just like that,
or a piece of metal.
Stop.
Find some Freddy's is where you want to be.
The room again, but it wasn't a safe kind of something began to jiggle and turn.
Whoa, it's jiggling. It's getting jiggly.
My heart was racing out of my chest as I saw and heard that knob turn. And every inch of my body wanted.
This is why you always need to carry a pistol with you or a gun.
Just pulled out of the bed and out of that cabin before whatever was on the other side of that door got out after me. Stood up, almost touching the ceiling of the cabin,
What the
looking
frig?
down in my direction. The creature stood there, studying me.
That's a lot
as I peeked
different
through the thin
than what Superstar Pro used.
slits in my mask. Pure terror swirling around in my mind as I glanced up at the body of the creature. Looking at the creature's skeletal face, I noticed that it had no eyes within its head.
William Afton in the next FNAF game.
It couldn't even see me even though I could see it.
They're mimicking me.
Just when the idea of not being able to see me started to give me a little comfort, the creature began to speak. Strange.
Bro don't have a mouth.
Continued to watch me, and then spoke
Bro don't have a mouth. That's probably gonna look weird in when editing.
No fear of me.
Why does Bro look like a Shadow Walk? Why does Bro look like a Dementor from Harry Potter?
My face. I could hear the anguish in the creature's voice as it
Bro
continued
still
chanting
doesn't have a
over and
mouth.
over as
I
it
can
reached
see his
for me.
ribs.
As its long, bony hand crept us all over, a sudden loud noise erupted from the
Beep, beep,
room,
beep, beep.
filling the ear closest to the nightstand.
Wakey, wakey, boys.
Causing the creature to scream and jump back.
That makes him
The
toes.
noise continued. The creature threw itself back against the wall, shrieking
It
uncontrollably
does not have
in terror
toes.
as it stumbled back towards the
It
closet.
does not have toes.
I was dumbstruck for a second before the thought came to me that I had set my alarm at 4:30, which must have been the source of all the noise.
He gets up at 4:30.
I jumped out of the bed, grabbed my phone, and pointed the lit-up screen at the monster as the alarm continued to ring loudly.
Jesus. Bro don't have toes. He does not have toes.
The loud ringing caused the monster to shriek even more in confusion and terror as it retreated. Quick,
Oh wait, I think it does have a mouth. It does indeed do dog.
seeing my chance, I activated my phone's flashlight and put it on strobe in order to disorientate the monster further. No face! No face! No face! No face!
What does your face look like?
The creature shrieked at me as it withdrew to the safety of the closet. I continued to shine my light on the creature, and for the added effect, I started playing loud music as I continued to jab my phone into the monster's direction like a lion.
Insert 5-finger Death Punch songs at max volume here.
And I shoved the door back, locking it after I slammed it closed.
FFDP, please do not sue me. I do not have any money. I do not have any assets for you to claim.
Fainter and fainter, like it was almost retreating deeper into the house.
Spooky!
Younger than I was.
Oh, this
I don't
man.
say much because even though I'm 22, I do look younger than my actual age.
No.
I looked at the cat.
My God, you look like you're 31 years old.
I had nothing to lose by telling him about the night I just had. The small name on his ID read Evan.
Evan from first grade, is that you? I hope that was a racist or nameless.
Tale. Something odd happened. I expected him to burst out laughing or say that I was the best liar he had ever talked to.
Okay, can I just pause to say, bro got a nice beard. How can you see his expression? You can't, it's just beard.
Used to go into the cabin. I knew something bad would happen if we went. I tried so hard to convince him that the dare was stupid and not go in.
I'm hitting my water
He had to be
bottle.
labeled as a chicken and continued with the dare. Evan's eyes began to water as he continued with his story.
Bro, are you good?
I never saw him again after that night. I kept calling his house, but his parents still couldn't find him. I put up flyers and
Bro
billboards,
probably
but
has a very nice beard as
we never
well.
had any luck. After a few days, we contacted the
New Haven!
from the
Hold up! Hang on! Hang on! Hang on! Stop everything! Literally stop everything you're doing. Are we in Borderlands?
Evan began to tears as he clenched his fist. They found him in the basement of that cabin, sprawled out on the floor. His eyes were ripped out of his face. His nose had been removed and his lips were sliced clean off. When they found him, he was naked with an incision in the bottom of his ribcage, down to his pelvis in the middle of his body. All of his organs were extracted from his body, and to add insult to injury, his genitals were sliced clean off.
Oh, God! That's a man! Jesus! I feel bad.
But you want to know the worst part of it all?
What?
When the police did the autopsy on the body, they found that he was alive during the whole process.
Oh, God. Bro felt his balls get ripped off.
Inside and said, they never found who or what did it. There was no DNA evidence to convict anybody. They didn't find the tools that made the incisions, and they didn't find anything. Evan clenched his fist tighter on the table before the old man, listening to our conversation, put his hand on Evan's shoulder to reassure him that it was going to be all right. As he comforted Evan, he looked at me and said, people have been disappearing from the area for decades. Maybe even centuries for all we know.
The beard's moving.
The bodies always end the same gruesome way. I don't care who you are.
So women have genitals? Is that what I'm getting out of this?
Brown.
He does have a mouth.
The old lady. After hearing the old woman's words, I realized that Evan said the body of his friend was found in the basement, which would explain why the monster's voice got fainter. It would have pulled me into the basement if my phone hadn't gone off. I quickly paid for my items and left the store, more trouble than
Who throws money?
Constant
Bro, what?
rushed for 2 years before I recently asked her for her hand in marriage,
For you,
which
bud.
she said yes. Part of me will never ever forget that awful night.
What?
I think
What bothers
I might
you?
just have to blame my imagination, but sometimes, when I wake up at night,
Okay.
when it's really, really quiet,
Like this.
sometimes I'll hear soft scratching noises. Also, and I think it's just paranoia, but I swear, sometimes I hear something whisper, "No face," from inside my closet.
Hand popped out. I'm gonna. And that was It Has No Face remake, everybody. That was terrifying. Stay plushy. I'll see you in the next video. Whee!